Okay. All right, and go ahead and come on up here again, Jeannie. We are pointing to a mark. Oh, I guess it's helpful if I change the camera. Okay, now we can see both of us. Yes, there we are. See you right on the screen there. Okay, so we're going to have this back in your hands now, and you're familiar and you're in a warmed up state at this point, okay? And so again, let's have you lock those elbows, and of course we need another candy, don't we? Let me pull a candy out of my handy dandy little case here, and I'll pull a chickpea out of my other handy dandy little case. All right. And by the way, this is how I want you to respond when you're on the fly, all right? Notice how I forgot to be prepared here, okay? I forgot to be prepared for our video demonstration here, which is kind of a little bit of a pressure, right? But the point is that you just flow with it, you go with it, you smile, everything's fine. You know, before you get into the public demo, say a little prayer, you know, that's what I did before I got on this video, and then I know everything's going to be fine no matter what happens, okay? So again, it's that mental conditioning that goes on in your mind while you're doing the demo that makes the difference, okay? All right, so let's have you go ahead and test first on the candy. Oh, let me go ahead and okay, and give me a testing 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Say that.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
You sound great. Okay, looking good on those bars over there. All right, so now what we're going to do is lock those elbows again. We want to bring this up just a little bit. Remember, we want to use an equilateral pull, right? And so again, you're going to be going at this speed. Look down at my hands here, and you're going to be going at this speed. And let's go ahead and slide that off. All right, and let's go ahead and have you set aside your opinion. I set aside my opinion on this candy right now. Go ahead and say that.
I set aside my opinion on this candy right now.
Okay, and do that smooth pull. Okay, and release. And do you see where you went to 137 or so, right about there, right?
Okay.
Okay, very good. And let's go ahead and spit that out. And once again, take a quick rinse to remove the residual effect and swish underneath the tongue, and it's okay to swallow the rinse water.
Okay.
Okay. And next, let's go ahead and grab a chickpea. Very good. Once again, under the tongue. All right, let's get you into position now. Lock those elbows. Good. Let's bring that down a little bit. Okay, and as before, I want you to go at this speed and come to a stop once you feel that good, strong pull again. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, and stop. Excellent. Good job. Let's go ahead and spit out that chickpea. All right. And once again, if you want to take a quick rinse, that would be great. Okay, great. Wow, so it wasn't exactly what you thought it was going to be, right?
Right.
Right. And you know why that may be? Is that we didn't set aside your opinion on the good food, did we?
Oh, I did.
You did?
I did.
Oh, you did silently to yourself?
I remember to.
Oh, you remember to. Well, it's a good thing somebody's thinking here, right? Okay, so you felt pretty good about that your opinion was set aside on both of them.
Yes.
Okay? And I noticed your technique was fine, and yet this was somewhat what you weren't expecting, right?
Right.
Okay, great. And so if you recall, when we were starting at the beginning of this testing session, if you look at that pie chart again, you can see that 2 out of 3 people will respond immediately, and 1 out of 3 people, they need adjustments to their water or food first, right?
Right.
You see how there's a little picture of an apple and banana and water container and stuff there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So all that means is that you are in the 1 out of 3 group. And since I'm going to be doing demos here for about 10-15 minutes, just bringing one person up after another, we're going to be continuing with this demonstration. What I'd like for you to do is to, I brought along some nutrition bars there, and what I'd like for you to do, if you're willing, is to just go ahead and have yourself one of those yummy nutrition bars and a glass of water. Get yourself a glass of water, okay? And then the other thing that we can do is that we can tap the thymus region right there. That's known to oftentimes have a person become in a testable state. And so if you could do that, and then we'll come bring you back up in 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right, sounds great. Okay. So there we go. What it was that we did was we kept smiling. We kept the knowledge of the statistics in front of us. And one thing I forgot to tell her is that in 3 out of 4 cases, these adjustments that she's doing right now, they're going to work. But in about 1 out of 4 cases, sometimes even the adjustments don't work. So that once again, all we're doing is we're following the statistic rather than getting ourselves into a frenzy, and more important, having that person feel okay with the test results, even though the test results weren't what it was that they expected. Is that proper English? Whatever. You get my point. So again, a public demonstration has a lot to do with what's going on in your head. Okay. Now, when a person is having the public demonstration being done on themselves, the more that you can keep the conversation going, except for when they're actually pulling on the bar. I guess it would be helpful if I put this up closer to my mouth, huh? The more that you can keep the conversation going, the better it's going to be, so that their minds don't drift. Okay, so you notice that I pretty much had a running commentary so that I kept her engaged as we were doing the demo. So these are some additional tips and coaching on doing public demonstrations. I've had a lot of fun with it. It flat works. Just use the system, and you will be safely guided through it, and you will have a lot of fun in working with people. Now, you might want to think, oh, gee whiz, you know, this is a whole lot to do in order to be able to do a public demo, and why don't I just have them hold out their arm and I'll push down on it and be over with it? And the thing that I would suggest is that a cake that is well baked stands, and if it's not given the time that it needs, it will fall. Okay, so I'm more concerned about quality rather than quantity, and getting through it quick, because I want her impression and everyone's impression of what it was they experienced to stand. So it's worth it to me to spend the extra time so that they get more than just a parlor trick. Okay. All right, this is James Stevens with Jet Kinesiology. Once again, loving being with you, and looking forward to talking with you soon. Take care.